Hey guys, welcome back to the Teacher's Check. My name is Lauren and today I'm going to be going over some time management tips for teachers, both when you're trying to plan out your day and getting your stuff done, and also some tips to help you keeping track of time management in the classroom. Okay, so I am a second year teacher and I've gotten to know pretty well kind of what I need to be doing every single day so that I will be sure to stay on track with all the stuff I have to complete. And I can tell you at first, when I first started teaching, that it was pretty difficult for me to kind of keep my management, or my time managed. Yeah. So I'm just going to kind of go over some things that I do to kind of help myself make sure that I don't have to stay at school till 6 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening, and so that I don't have to bring work home with me on the weekends. Now, I'm not saying that I don't bring home work still. I still do. I always have something I have to work on Sunday, because I do like to have a few minutes on Sunday, maybe a couple hours at the most, to plan out my week on Sunday, where I kind of get all my stuff organized. But for the most part, I don't really use my weekend to plan out my day. I try and get that all done during the school day. So my first tip to kind of keep yourself more organized is to have a set schedule. So kind of think about when you're going to do some of the things that you need to do every single day. Like, for example, grading. What time are you going to grade? Are you going to do it before you start teaching in the morning? So when you first get into school, maybe during your lunch break, you grade a few papers while you eat lunch, after school, whatever works for you. Just find the time to actually sit down and grade. Don't kind of do it randomly throughout the week. Find one time during the week or a day where you can grade. And I would suggest chunking up the grading into different segments. So I usually grade like one period of my class, and then I take a break and then I go back to grading, so that doesn't get too monotonous. Also think about when you're going to make copies. So when you think about making copies, are you going to do this every day, or do you make copies every single day? Or are you going to plan out your week, and one day, maybe during your planning or after school, before school, you make all of your copies for the week, so you don't have to worry about that for the rest of your day and week. So that's something that I try to do. I try to plan out all the stuff I need to get copied, and I try and do it all in one go if I can. Also, simplest things like replying to emails. Are you going to take some time to respond to parents' emails in the afternoon or in the morning? Again, just kind of thinking about time. When are you going to do this stuff? And make sure that you stick with it every single day. And it will kind of make you feel like you're procrastinating less, because you have a clear idea of what you're going to be doing every day. So you're not like, what should I do now with my time? You already know. Another thing I suggest doing is to get in a little bit early in the morning, or if you are not a morning person, stay a little bit later in the afternoon. So I try and get there at least 30 minutes before I have to teach. Usually I try and get there at about 7:45-ish. I'm not really a morning person during the school. I don't know, like I can get up in the morning during the weekends, but when I have to go to work, I take a while to get up. I don't know, I'm becoming a morning person, but in my heart, I am a night person. I usually stay up pretty late and go to sleep late, so. But I like being a morning person too, so I've been evolving. I have been evolving into a morning person, but I haven't always been that way. So I like getting there early in the morning because it lets me kind of plan out the materials I need to get ready and what I'm going to do for the day. I stay late sometimes too. It just depends on what I need to do. But pick at least 1 or 2 days where you go in a little bit extra early or stay a little later than usual, so that you can kind of get more work done. Because I know for myself, I do a lot more work when I'm actually at my desk at work. When I'm at home, I don't really do. I mean, I get it done, but it takes me much longer than it would at work. For example, something would take me like 1 hour or something at work would take me 3 hours at home, because I would get distracted and procrastinate. So get to work earlier, stay late, and you will be pretty good on getting that stuff done that you need to get off your to-do list. Now, that brings me to my next thing, make a to-do list. So I use a planner, so I can show you that. I just use a happy planner. I've got this on sale at Michael's. They always have sales going on, and it has this where you have the monthly view, and then it has this. I got the lines like this because I like being able to write down like notes and stuff. So when I use this to plan, I try to make sure I'm writing down like all the meetings I have to do, have to go to. I write down like the topic for the day that I'll be teaching. So what am I covering that day? What materials do I need to get ready and prepped? What activities I want to plan out. So I usually do my planning on like a Sunday or sometimes on a Monday, and I plan out my week that way. I don't know, I use this to help me because I like to write things out. I like to write to-do lists in here. I also use like Post-its like this to write to-do lists, and I can just stick this on my clipboard and have it with me forever throughout the day so I know what I need to get done. But I use this to kind of plan out in more detail what I want to be doing. So it kind of helps me plan out units more than my daily stuff. I try and kind of see how much time I'm using on each of the units and what I need to get prepared. So I don't know, I use paper, I use Post-its, I use digital. So I use planbookedu.com, which my school pays for, so I use that to update my website. So my website has the plan book on there, and I like planning online because I can copy and paste, I can link in actual video clips and actually link in documents too, so that my students can use it to look back at what we've done if they need another copy of something. Oh my god. Okay, so there's that, and I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm gonna try and do this a little bit better. So but yeah, when I'm planning, again, planning should take you hours to do. It should take you maybe an hour at most to plan out a week, I would say, if you kind of have a good idea of what you're doing. So what I do when I plan is I use my plan book, I use my planner, and I go on social media. So on social media like Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, I use them to kind of see what other teachers are doing, like what kind of projects or assignments they're doing, and I try and adapt them to my classroom to kind of give myself a more variety of lessons, because I feel like I'm doing the same kind of things over and over again, and I want to kind of spice up my lessons. So social media is a great place to find tips for new ideas on lessons and how to implement them in your classroom. So planning, yeah. So you just gotta find your own way to plan, because everyone plans differently. Everyone plans at their own pace. Some people take a long time to plan. Some people can just be like this, this, and this, and you're done. So it just depends on you, really. But once you find the right method that you like, if you like digital, if you like to write it down on paper or on Post-its, whatever you like, then it gets easier. So just keep practicing and finding what works for you, and then you can implement that. Another time saver that I found is very useful this year that I've started using is using apps in the classroom. So when I am just wanting to do a quick assessment, formative assessment on my kids, like when I do this when I'm lecturing. So usually like after I lecture, I throw, or in between the lectures even, I throw in a Plickr question. So Plickrs are, let me go grab my notebook. Okay, so this is what I did. If you saw my interactive notebook tutorial thing, and I'll link that up here. This is what I do with my Plickrs. I put them in the back of the notebook, so I just have them glue it back here. Instead of having them keep them in the binder or me pass them out every time I want to use them, they have them with them because they need to bring this every single day to my class. So they always have their Plickrs. The Plickrs are each different. They're different types so that they each are representing a different kid, different student. So their name is going to associate with this Plickr card, and that way I can quickly assess them. So they will just do that depending on what answer they have, because on each side there is an A, B, C, or D. So it's a multiple choice question, and it can be true and false as well. And I have them do this, and it really allows me to quickly assess them and it doesn't take long at all. Like, I just get out my cell phone. So I get my phone out. There's this app here. I don't know if this is gonna show or what, but that's the Plickers app. Oh God. That's the Plickers app. You click it and it will open up here. So you can see here, I have my classes. So my first, third, and fourth period classes for word history. So I would click on it, and this is the queue. So that's the queue you would see when you go in, but I don't have anything on my queue at the moment. So this is my history. Here you go. And I hope this is showing because I can't really see too well, but that is a couple questions that I've done so far. So the first one was a geography question I put up. So I put up a map, so you can insert images and videos in Plickers too. So I put a map up and I had them tell me what was this body of water called. So 68% of them got that one correct. So that told me that we needed to go over geography and look back at our map that we did. Well, the second one you see here is just a question on vocab. So I had them I saw if they could tell me what a polis is when we were talking about ancient Greece. And I'm gonna do this because these are students' names, but when you go into the question later and you wanna see how well they did, you can see this bar graph here, and you can show this to them too when you're going over it. So you see this, 3 people got it wrong, but 29 got it correct, so that's good. Yay. Oh, I tried out Google Forms last week or a week and a half ago. Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. I tried out Google Forms to assess them with a quiz. So I had been grading a lot and I was getting annoyed with all the grading I had to do, so I wanted to use a tech tool to help me grade, get some time off my shoulders with grading all those quizzes. So I really liked Google Forms. Now, I had problems with the iPads and kids being signed in on Google Classroom and not signing out, and it just caused a lot of problems with my kids because they couldn't figure out how to sign up this other kids' account. So there's that. So I think I'm going to try it on laptops next time and not the iPads to avoid that again. But overall, Google Forms really helped grade. Like, I had multiple choice, true and false, and 2 constructive responses. So they wrote in their answers, and those were only 2 questions I had to grade for each student. So 1 through 16 was graded for me. Thank you. And the last 2 questions I just had to go through and see if they had all the requirements, and they did pretty well on it. Well, those are a couple apps that I use. I have some more, but I can do another video on it. This one's not too long because it's already pretty long. But those 2 apps, look at apps to help you better manage your time because there's a ton of them out there. Organization is the next part. So being organized as a teacher is a very necessary quality, and being organized will also help you become better at time management. So I did a video on setting up a cart because I am a floating teacher, and I noticed that I had papers just scattered everywhere. And my class sizes are so much larger this year that I needed a better way to keep all my stuff together. So I got a crate, one of those crates, filing box crates, and I just organized them Monday through Friday. I have a section for extras, extra handouts, and then I have absent folders so that my students can grab that when they come back from being absent. And it's been amazing so far. So just having all my copies in one spot, they're already ready in each of the days I need it, and I can just grab it and it's there. So organization helps me so much, so much, just to keep my time managed. Like, I don't have to worry about finding all the stuff because it's already there and I already have it filed at the beginning of the week. So I'm good on all that. Multitasking, so in the classroom, this is something that you can use in the classroom to help you manage time. When my students are doing like a test or a quiz, or they're writing an essay or doing independent group work, whatever, something where I don't actually have to be in the front of the room instructing them, I will walk around the room, but every now and then I'll maybe take a few minutes to organize files, pass back work that they completed. So I never pass back work while they're just sitting there. They always are working on something. So don't waste your time just passing work out. do it multitasking while you're walking around. I'll check my email if they're working or watching a video. Just do something in the classroom that you can kind of kick off your to-do list. So if you have something really quick, just kick it off. If you need to grade something while they're watching a video, have your clipboard, walk around and grade as you go, because it saves time. Timers in the classroom. So if you are having a problem with students taking too long to do an assignment, using timers helps you and the students know when to move on to the next activity so that you don't have to carry that over to the next day. So timers are really important to use. And student helpers is my last thing. Have your students help you in the classroom. Students like to be helpful. I have students ask if they could like clean the whiteboard and wipe off the whiteboard, so they like to do anything. My students like to pass out like handouts. They like to clean up and put my supplies up. And yeah, as a fluent teacher, I will accept any help that they want to give me, because I have 5 minutes to get to my next class after every period, so it's really not enough time for me to be cleaning up after they leave. So I have them stop their activity 15 minutes before class ends. I have them clean up their spaces. They put their supply boxes back onto my cart. They clean up the scraps of paper around them and anything on the floor. They put it in the trash. And then we do our closing activity. So we've already cleaned up and we're ready to go. They have their stuff packed up, so they're not going to want to do that in our last 2 minutes of class. So that is what I do kind of to wrap up my activities. All right, so those were some of the things that I do to help me manage time. There's more probably that I didn't cover, but that's kind of the main things that I do. I make sure that I have everything ready for the day before I have everything ready. I plan out my units so that I know what I'm doing. I don't plan day by day, I plan week by week. So I kind of figure out what I need to do each day, and then I fill in from there. I have a schedule, so I know what I'm doing so I don't procrastinate. And I set aside time for me to work and come in early or late. So that's kind of a wrap up. And apps too. Apps are a big thing, and I will be looking more into apps to help me and manage my time better. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and I know it's been a couple weeks since I posted a video, but I right now am managing my time and trying to figure out how to fit in YouTube and vlogging during the school year. So the summer was easier because I wasn't teaching, but now I'm teaching, and I think I found that medium balance. So I'll be posting more often now, and I am excited to bring to you guys more information about myself and my classroom. And yeah, if you have any suggestions, please let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, alright, so I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you again for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that I can reach more teachers. Thank you. Goodbye.